It's Monday! Welcome back to another Mixology Monday with the Metal Mixologist from Drunken Smithy. We are still keeping it in season, so today we are making a pear martini. I'm going to add a little pear cognac in with my pear vodka. If you don't have that, just use pear vodka. I am going to cheat because I like to keep things relatively accessible for what you have at home. I'm going to use apple juice instead of juicing my pears. I actually did juice a whole bushel of pears this week, and we have some peri-fermenting me and Mike do at the smithy, just for our consumption, not for sharing. But apple juice will substitute just as well, especially for the alcoholic version because they have pear flavors anyway. So I'm going to use two different shakers for the alcoholic and non-alcoholic version today because I am going to differ the flavors just a little bit. So for the alcoholic one, I'm using fairly lighter liquors. They don't have as high of a proof, so I'm going to use more alcohol and less juice, and it will still taste balanced. I'm using a pear vodka. This is Absolute Pears. I have a pear liqueur. Usually they're cognac or brandy based. This one is cognac based. This one's called Elation. Belle de Brulé is a great one. I'm only going to use a little bit of it. I would not go out and buy one just to make a pear cocktail unless you really love it. I'm also going to use some Saint Germain, an elderflower liqueur. It is hard to describe what elderflower tastes like, but elderflowers and elderberry are two totally different flavors. So elderflowers are a little bit citrusy, a little bit tangy, a lot floral. I want to compare it to chamomile, but it's really not an accurate description. It's one of those things you just have to taste to really get the gist of it. Non-alcoholic wise, there's a brand called Belvoir that makes an elderflower press and a canned elderflower lemonade that are both really, really great. And again, pour it into a pretty glass. Presentation is everything for making something feel special. So for the alcoholic one, we're going to do 2 ounces of vodka. And you obviously can use a jigger or a shot glass. I've been doing this a very long time, so I don't really need to. I'm going to use about 1 ounce of this cognac, maybe 3/4. And the same of the Saint Germain because I really like elderflower. Now, both the pear liqueur and the elderflower liqueur are sweeter, so keep that in mind. You don't need to add any sugar. I'm going to add cardamom to both of these. Cardamom is like a really earthy version of cinnamon. Take that up. And I'm not going to put any juice into this one because it's sweet enough on its own. If you feel like it's too strong, add a little apple juice. For the non-alcoholic one, we are going to use apple juice. So I'm going to use about 3 ounces of apple juice because I want to add some club soda later. You've met me. I love my club soda. And because elderflower isn't something readily available to people, especially because it's not the season for the blossoms, it's the season for the berries. Blossoms during the springtime. I'm going to use lemon balm, which does have that sort of light citrusy thing going on. It's not the same, but it will evoke a similar vibe. I already put some cardamom in the shaker. I'm also going to add a little bit of ginger. So I'm going for sort of citrus spices. I am not going to use this, but if you wanted to make a non-alcoholic version of the alcoholic one, they do make elderflower extracts. This one is from Silver Cloud Flavors, so you could use an elderflower extract. The Belvoir I was talking about also makes like a syrup that you could use instead. Now, because I put fresh herbs in here, I'm going to shake it really hard. Ooh. Around this ice cube. I said I only did 3 ounces in here because you know I love to add some club soda to a drink. And then to garnish these, You know, fresh herbs are always a great garnish. But I'm also going to use some pears. So these are golden Asian pears. They're just a little bit sweeter and smaller than the brown ones. I grow both on my little homestead here. I'm just gonna melon ball that seed right out from outside. So I'm just gonna throw it in the grass. Put a few good slices here. Absolutely, to be all Greg about it. Look what I made. It's a new railroad spike knife. Obviously it's not perfect, I made the handle too long, but I made it with intent and I really love it, and it is my new rail spike knife. Most people would not make a knife like this on their first class, but you might make one on your second class if you're a return visitor to Drunken Smithy. I'm going to grab a few slices of pear here, fan them out, put them on each string. I'm actually going to stab this at an angle so that my cocktail skewer can sit down inside. And I'm going to skewer the other one straight on so that I can stand it on the edge of the glass. Garnishes go a long way towards making something feel really special. So there you have it, the pear martini for fall, made two ways, alcoholic, non-alcoholic. Happy Monday, see you at the forge.